a shift in the water quality over those 60, 70, 40 years?
No, surprisingly, we haven't. We know how to create bad water quality. we know that if you do a lot of artificial drainage, if you remove the riparian forest, and if you overload a watershed with animal waste.
Right.
Because we don't have any watersheds that are overloaded with fertilizer, because the difference in fertilizer and manure is that you won't find any farmers out there disposing of fertilizer. You know, farmers don't dispose of fertilizer. They use, yeah, that's right. Exactly.
They're not going to waste it.
That's right. But you will find situations where farmers are disposing of manure, because even though they want to use it as a nutrient source, we do find there are cases where, you know, the land just gets overloaded. So we know how to create impaired nutrient water quality around here. And then there are also issues related to at least potential issues related to pathogens. Although I must say we had a study in the Satilla River Basin that a graduate student did. He finished a couple of years ago. And he did a study where he chose watersheds in the Satilla River Basin where there were chicken houses and watersheds where there weren't. And then he sampled the larger watersheds downstream from these small watersheds. And he didn't find any difference in pathogens from the watersheds with chicken houses and the watersheds without.
Did he do a bacterial or?
Yeah, he was looking at salmonella and campylobacter, which are two things that are associated with poultry in particular. And he did that kind of thing. And we also didn't find any big nutrient differences. Now, there are some problems with the way we had to do the study, because even though there might not be poultry houses in a watershed, they might be using poultry litter. And interestingly enough, there is no database that you can go to and find out how much manure is being applied by a farmer. There isn't. You know, at least in Georgia, there's not.
Okay.
Some states have that, but in Georgia, there's not. But in general, we did not find impaired water quality either for nutrients or these two pathogens or the indicators. See, there are indicator organisms, E. coli and, well, it used to be fecal coliform and fecal strep, and I think now they're using E. coli, a test for E. coli specifically. But, and those are the indicator organisms.
They're still using fecal coli with the EPD, okay?
Okay, yeah, so those aren't pathogens, those are indicator organisms. So if you find them, there might be pathogens. But he was looking both at the indicator organisms and at the specific pathogens.
Are there indicator organisms for Roundup, Paraquat, or some of the popular fungicides?
Well, no, those would just be analyzed directly, yeah, by GC mass spec. In other words, if you want to know what was in water, you take the water sample and analyze it. Now, there aren't many people that can do that. Tom Potter's lab does that. But as far as indicator organisms, no. There are some immunoassay techniques that people use for those that are sort of quick and easy ways to get at least semi-quantitative numbers of what's in of different chemicals. We've used some of those in some of the studies that we've done on herbicides. They typically, certainly for research and probably for monitoring also, they have to be confirmed, you know, instrumentally.
Well, Richard, I want to thank